I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
That's right, I'm all out of bubblegum. This is Tim, this is Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk entertainment. It's been a little while since we did a video. The slowdown schedule has started. February 17th, it is rocketing closer. That's the final day of Online Big Blue. You know what? It'll be a bittersweet moment, but you know what? Let's talk about the New York Football Giants. Let's talk about the 2022 season. Let's talk about the crazy shit that I see on Twitter. Let's just talk Giants. Odell Beckham Jr. Oh my God! You know, you want to. You're looking for a contract. You're looking for a team. You're looking to continue your career. You're hitting 30. You are coming off major injuries. You need that final contract. What do? You get thrown off a plane for going in and out of consciousness. They must have deemed you unsafe to fly, the flight crew that is, because they don't just kick you off a plane. Evidently, you didn't follow instructions. The plane had to go back to the gate. The agent comes out and says, it's nothing. It's no big deal. It's just OBJ. But this is the problem with OBJ. This is what you get. And like I said, I am a huge Odell Beckham fan. I still have an autographed picture of the catch hanging behind me in my office. But he always has these moments. He has these things that just kind of make you pause for a second. It's never anything really bad. It's just things that are kind of really stupid. You know, it's the marrying the net. It's the smoking the funny cigarette with the French model. It's the videos. It's nothing. It does not come close to Terrell Owens things, but it's just stuff that's kind of like, this was easily avoidable, and this is something that you probably shouldn't be doing anyways. But it's not good, but it's not bad. That's what you get with OBJ. And that's what you always get with OBJ. The Giants aren't going to sign him. He's probably going to go with Dallas. He'll probably go with Buffalo. Why, if you're Odell Beckham, you're not going to get that second year guaranteed that you are going to want from the Giants, because the Giants are going to have to give you that. Any team that gives you Odell is not going to sign this season and play a limited amount of games for a small contract with the hopes of getting a contract. Next year, he is going to want a minimum, we've talked about this before, a minimum of a 2-year deal that he is going to have the ability to have a guaranteed money going into next year and a spot on the next year's roster. He's not going to want to just have it for this season. It's just the way it is with Odell, you know. And like I said, he's not coming. Cap space dictates this. The behavior dictates this. The Giants' offense is not predicated on the pass. They're predicated on the run and playing defense. And it's just one of those things. Craziest shit though that I saw on Twitter, and I want to talk about Daniel Jones and Stephen A. Smith a second. Craziest shit that I saw on Twitter the other day, after the Giant loss, was the Giants got hurt by penalties in the Dallas game. That's one of the reasons why they lost. The score was not as close as the 28-20. They got the garbage touchdown at the end. But people were saying, some fans were saying, well, they got robbed because of penalties. And what made me laugh, which cracked me up, was the fact that they are blaming the referees for not calling a penalty on Andrew Thomas. They are blaming the referees by saying, and I love this, that Andrew Thomas was offsides. Andrew Thomas had a false start, and that was on the Parsons sack. So it would be 3rd and 15 instead of 4th and 20. It would have been 2nd and 15 instead of what. It doesn't matter what it was, but they are blaming the referees for not calling a penalty on their own player because of a sack. Really? I thought the stupidity level of a 6-10 team not making the playoffs and us blaming the Eagles was bad, but now you have fans that are actually blaming the referees for not throwing a flag on their own player. Because of the fact that it was questionable. It was questionable at best. I've seen the play over and over again because people are posting. It was questionable at best that it was a false start. But you're going to blame, you can blame you could potentially blame the referee when illegal man downfield on the touchdown. He was illegally downfield to the point that I forgot the offensive lineman's name right off the top of my head, but you could see that at one point in time he was looking around and stepping backwards. If you watch the replay, you can question that, but how can you question your own play, not calling a penalty on your own player because of the fact of the outcome of the Parsons sack? Oh, I keep thinking of the movie Tremors with Val and Earl, and they can't get out of perfection. And Val looks at Earl and says, we just try to leave this damn town one damn day too late. Oh, my goodness gracious. A lot of people are getting on Stephen A. Smith about his comments a couple days ago in reference to the quarterback messiah, Daniel Jones. And I want to play the full minute of this clip because I think it's interesting because I think it's a lot of things that we've said and a lot of people have said over and over again.
Brian Dable has to get somebody else to be the quarterback of the New York Giants. Not this season, but looking forward, moving forward in the future. He's just not that guy. Not unless you have a couple of elite receivers and a big-time offensive line. If you don't have those two, Daniel Jones is not the guy because he's not the guy that can make things happen for you. He's basically a guy that can capitalize off of ideal situations. But anything that's not ideal, he's not your guy.
They are shredded right now by injury
Yes.
at offensive line and wide receiver.
That's right.
So 6 games left. Like, how do you evaluate, if you're the Giants, Daniel Jones over these 6 games? Are you saying it's already done?
To me, it's already done because I watch him and I'm just looking at him and I've been watching him for the last couple of years. And again, when you know this better than me, you cover this team. When he's scrambling out of the pocket, where's the accuracy? He's throwing at people's ankles. He's throwing at people's knees. There's no timing. There's no pocket present. There's no feel for pressure in the pocket. You just watch him right now. Literally, you are dropping back to pass. You are a right-handed quarterback, and he's blindsided by somebody coming right at him in this direction, to his face. He doesn't see it. He just doesn't have it. It's not that he's not talented. It's not that he can't run with the football. It's not that he's not a big body. It's not that he can't make things happen from time to time. But when you're talking about the quarterback position, you have to have a degree of consistency. And the fact is, that's not him. We all knew it, and the Dallas Cowboys exposed it yesterday.
A degree of I cut that back off. A degree of consistency. And that's what I've been talking about with Daniel Jones over and over again. People will talk about his moments. People will be blindsided by his ability at certain times to make a play. And I keep hearing about his moments. I keep hearing about the Daniel Jones moments. And I've said this before, and I said this, I forgot who I said it to on a comment section. Yeah, he has moments, but there's no consistent moments. There are moments. There are moments that are too far in between. And Stephen A. is right. He has no pocket awareness. He cannot see the rush when it's directly in front of him. We've pointed that out 1,000,000 times. And it's not, like I said, we've gotten spoiled with 16 years of Eli Manning, that the fact that, you don't always hit on the quarterback after your franchise quarterback. It's the rebound. You're the rebound girl. He's the rebound girl. Hey-oh, I should have been.
That's what she said.
That's what Daniel Jones is. And that's fine. Like Dave Brown and Danny Cannell and Kent Graham and and a host of others were the rebound. Jeff Hostetler at some point was the rebound chick after Phil Simms. It just happens. It's not a big. It is a big deal because you took him 6th overall. But it's the point where you just need to move on. You need to focus. And everything that Stephen A. Smith said was correct. There was nothing there that was wrong. That was malicious. That was that was not right. That's the way you got to look at it. But it's the way it is. It literally is just the way it is. The Giants, a lot of people are talking about the playoff hunt. The Giants are still in a great spot in the playoff hunt. You got if you take a look at where they are now, they're 7-4 in the 6th spot. Right now, the only team that they should have any fear of behind them is going to be Seattle. Seattle is 6-5 right now, and of course we lost to Seattle. So that there should be a little fear and trepidation right there. We are on a 2-game skid. I can't talk today. We have the big game against the Washington Commanders on Sunday at home. So I'm not saying this is a must-win game, but I'm saying this is a game at home you shouldn't lose. Once again, you want to be considered for playoff attention. You want to be considered for playoff consideration. This is a game you need to take care of at home. Washington had the big win yesterday over the Falcons, so they are now moved back up to 7-5. If the Giants lose it, Washington's at 8-5. The Giants are at 7-5. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, right now the only team, there are really 3 teams for the final 2 spots in the playoffs. If you take a look at the playoff picture, because the Falcons are at 5-7. The Lions are at 4-7. So, there's really, out of those spots, the 6th and 7th playoff spot, there are 3 teams. And right now it's going to be the Giants, the Washington Commanders, and the Seattle Seahawks. if at some point in time Seattle gets hot and we keep falling, there's still a chance to make the playoffs. There's a very good chance to make the playoffs if you're the Giants. But like I said, there are right now 3 teams competing for the final 2 spots, and that's going to be the Giants, the Commanders, and the Seahawks. We'll talk about that in a couple days. May have a video on Wednesday or Thursday. Haven't decided yet. Not going to probably do a live stream until later in the week if we do one at all. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, you can like, subscribe. If you can ring that bell, that'd be awesome.